You guys probably already knew what my game of the week pick was gonna be going into this week. I mean, it's pretty obvious. It's the Baltimore Ravens versus the Kansas City Chiefs, two of the AFC Super Bowl favorites going at it. And let me just say this: I hate, hate, hate that the NFL set this match for Week 3, and I hate that I hate the fact that the three big quarterbacks in the AFC, like the young ones that are on the come up, are Mahomes, Watson, and Lamar Jackson. That's undeniable in the AFC. I hate that the NFL schedule makers, for whatever reason, they set Mahomes versus Watson week 1, Watson versus Lamar Jackson week 2, and Lamar Jackson versus Patrick Mahomes week 3. I hate that. Like, these matchups probably should have been late November, early December, when it actually matters, when these teams are getting hot, when they're at their peak. But I guess the NFL, and this is just my opinion, I think the NFL said it like this for, the COVID season, like ratings, in case they have to cancel the season at some point later down the line, they would have gotten like their ratings already done, because obviously those games would have massive ratings, and if they have to cancel those games, if they were in December, they wouldn't be able to get to the ratings, and that's all they care about, the ratings. So yeah, I mean, that's the only reason I can think of, because I think it's really moronic to have Deshaun versus Patrick Mahomes and Lamar, and Lamar versus Mahomes, like all those matchups in September. I think it's dumb. So anyways, yeah, let's get into these teams, these matchups, this game, man. This one's gonna be a good one, and Monday Night Football usually doesn't get good matchups in my opinion, but this one's a very, very, very good matchup. And I mean, you got the two MVPs from the previous 2 years playing in this game, and honestly, I don't think either of these teams have played up to their potential as of yet. That's why I hate that this matchup is happening already, but what can you do? I mean, and obviously, being a Texans viewer, I got to witness the Ravens and Chiefs firsthand and what they can do this year around. The Chiefs are looking like they want to run the ball more. The Ravens, obviously their run game is their thing. But not many people talk about the Ravens defense. I did think they're just an offensive team, but no, they have a very, very good defense. Now, the same can't be said for the Chiefs. Do they have some nice players on that defense? Absolutely, but the Ravens, they legit have an elite defense. Now, can that elite Ravens defense stop Patrick Mahomes? I don't know. Even though the Chargers actually did a very, very good job last week of limiting Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes had a decent game, but kind of took him a while to get going there, man. But, enough about that. Let's talk about these matchups. Let's go with the KC offense versus that Ravens defense. Now look, the KC offensive line isn't all that amazing. The Ravens absolutely love to blitz. They have players like Judon and Calais Campbell as well, and obviously when they blitz, they bring in more players. So it's going to make life harder for Patrick Mahomes. I think they're going to blitz a lot. They're going to try to get Mahomes to get rid of the ball sooner. And I know some people might say, well, if they blitz, that means there's less players in coverage. Therefore, big plays are going to be made. No. The Ravens have Marlon Humphrey, one of the better corners in the NFL. They still have Jimmy Smith back there at corner as well, and they have Marcus Peters, one of the better corners at getting INTs. He baits people. He is a beatable player. Like, they can beat him. He does tend to take a lot of risks, but he's also a guy who can get you some turnovers. Now, where I can see the Chiefs taking advantage of this Ravens defense is with Travis Kelce and those linebackers and the smaller DBs, man, because I mean, Patrick Queen, I think he's going to be a really, really good player in the NFL, but he's a rookie, and having him, on Travis Kelce type player, that's not going to end well. I don't think the Ravens are going to do that. I don't think they're going to put a rookie on him, so they're going to probably put a DB on him, and, Travis Kelce is going to eat against that. And I think that's going to be the difference between the Chiefs being able to move the ball against this Ravens defense and the Texans not being able to move the ball against this Ravens defense this past week. I think Travis Kelce will have a very, very good game. I think he's going to be like Mahomes' go-to target in this game because everywhere else, I don't see this Ravens defense really being exploitable, I feel like the matchup that the Chiefs want is Travis Kelce, and of course they're going to try to run the ball as well. They're trying to run with Clyde Edwards, but I don't see them having success doing that either. I mean, it's week 3, the first week of the season, a lot of teams struggled defending the runs. Like, Ravens were one of them, and so were the Chiefs. So, yeah, I think that the matchup that the Chiefs will be looking for is the Travis Kelce one. But other than that, I think the Ravens will do a pretty good job elsewhere. I just don't think they have anyone to stop Kelce. I just really don't. Now, on the other side, though, you got the Ravens offense versus the Chiefs defense. I honestly see the Ravens having success doing whatever they want. I mean, last week the Texans were able to get plenty of pressure on Lamar Jackson. Like, Lamar Jackson had to escape the pocket a lot, and they were doing a very, very good job of containing Lamar Jackson and stopping that Ravens running game up until the fourth quarter when the game was out of reach and they kind of just gave up. But yeah, like, the Texans were able to do that. The issue is the Chiefs do not have as much talent as the Texans do on their defensive front. I mean, all they literally have up front is Frank Clark and Chris Jones. Other than that, they don't have anyone else. So I feel like they won't be able to contain Lamar Jackson. I think they won't be able to stop the Ravens' run game. Like, I just don't see it. They don't have the linebackers like a Benardrick McKinney or Zach Cunningham who can stuff the run. So I see the Ravens being able to have a good game running the ball against the Chiefs. And honestly, I see Lamar Jackson being able to throw the ball all over the field against the Chiefs as well. Because, again, they have Mark Andrews. Mark Andrews is a very, very good up-and-coming tight end in the NFL. You could even say he's top 5. I don't think the Chiefs have anyone who can cover him. I mean, who's going to cover him? Tyrann Mathieu? Tyrann Mathieu's 5'9". Like, he's not going to be able to cover Mark Andrews. And what about Hollywood Brown? Who's going to cover him? Like, they ain't got those dudes in the secondary like that. So, yeah, I do think that this Ravens offense will be too much for the Chiefs to stop. And that's why I have the Baltimore Ravens taking down the Chiefs, and I'm going with the score of 34-30. Now, this is definitely going to be a very, very good game, and I think Mahomes will be able to move the ball on this very good Baltimore defense because he is Patrick Mahomes after all. I mean, dude does crazy stuff. He has Travis Kelce at his disposal. And I'm pretty sure, Sammy Watkins and the other guys will be able to win their one-on-one matchups because Tyreek Hill's going to be busy with Marlon Humphrey. So that's going to be a very, very good matchup. But in the end, I see the Ravens being able to have their way with that Kansas City defense. I just do not see that Kansas City defense being able or capable of stopping Baltimore's offense. I know, Lamar Jackson hasn't beaten the Chiefs yet or whatever, but I don't care. I think this year the Ravens can actually make a run I think their defense is very good. Even though their offensive line did take a hit with Marshall Yonda retiring, I think, eventually they'll figure things out. They'll get things working because last week against Houston, I think that was like the most pressure Lamar Jackson has ever been under, at least like from the games that I've watched. And I think eventually, things will go right with that offensive line. And I think, it starts here. I know it's early, but they'll take down, an AFC powerhouse, the reigning Super Bowl champs. I mean, let's be real. Last week, week 2, the Chiefs definitely showed some weaknesses against the Chargers. Like Mahomes wasn't having a very good game. So if the Chargers can, slow down Mahomes, I'm pretty sure the Ravens can do just enough to squeeze by with their offense, their insane, crazy run game. Even though their run game really hasn't been the same this year, like through 2 games, it's 2 games. Like it hasn't been the same. Like they've really only won because of their defense and Lamar Jackson throwing the football, surprisingly. So yeah, I think the Ravens and Lamar Jackson beat Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs in a very, very good matchup, and I honestly cannot wait to watch. And yeah, those are my predictions for this game. Like I said, I am taking the Ravens 34-30 over the Chiefs. Comment down below your own predictions for this game, and yeah, be sure to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.